Today we're working with flower image, we're working with textures. This is going to be a fun one. I'm leaving a link in the description below so you can download the image and the texture so you can work right along with me. Hey, so without any further ado, let's get started. I'm using Luminar 4 as a plugin inside of Photoshop, but you could use it as a standalone product as well. I've already duplicated my background layer so we can work non-destructively. I'm just going to come up here to Filter and come to Skylum Software and open up Luminar 4 and we will get started. First thing we want to do is come up into the light tool here, and I'm going to adjust my shadows here. I'm going to take my shadows up a little bit, up to around, I don't know, around 65, somewhere around there. I'm going to go to advanced settings, and I'm going to take my blacks and I'm going to pull those back a little bit to like around a -10. And I want my whites to go up to about a +5. Just want to lighten those up a little bit. And as I do this, I'm looking at the histogram up here, so I don't want to blow anything out. And let me just look at my blacks again. Actually, I think I'm going to go to like a -5 on the blacks. All right. The next step is to come into the Creative tab here, and let's get a lookup table, color style lookup table. I love LUTs. If you watch my past videos, you know I use these all the time, and I love them. I found one in here that I really liked, and that was Seattle for this one. And where is it? Right here. Gives me a nice like pink look to it, which is really nice. And took the amount up to around 50. Somewhere around there. And the saturation, I brought that up a little bit as well. Took it up to about, yeah, because watch these flowers in here as I bring this up. See, they get a little more pink. So I took that up to around 50 there. It's not affecting this part of the flower so much, but these parts of these buds here is looking really nice. So right around 50. I think 48 is okay. Then I went back to Essentials, went to the color tool here. And in the color tool, I took my saturation up to about 18. A little bit of saturation and a little bit of vibrance. Took the vibrance up to 10. Don't want to go too crazy here, but just a little bit here. The next step is to go to AI structure. Now with AI structure, what I did was I took it negative, like a -33, somewhere in there. And what I'm going to do is just mask it from the flower here. Just leave it in the background right here. So what we can do here is we can come to Edit Mask, and let's get a radial mask and click and drag to draw a circle. So we're just going to get a nice circle here. I'm going to move it around. And that, I think that size is okay right there. And that's just, as you can see here, the black layer mask here, that's a hide all. So it's hiding the adjustment from the flower itself, but just leaving it on the outer edges, which I think looks really nice. And let's just click done here. Now let's click this toggle so we can see the before and the after. Before and after. See, it's just adding a little bit of extra softness to the background is a good word to say it. I might even bump that up to around like 60. Yeah, right around 60, somewhere right around there, and I think that's looking good. Okay, now we're going to add a texture, and as I said, I have provided this texture for you in the link in the description below. So let's come over to the Creative tab here and click on Texture Overlay, Load Texture, and it's this texture right here, Abstract Ancient Antique. So I'm going to click on that and click on Open. That puts the texture on. Now I'm going to change the blend mode from normal to overlay, one of my favorite blend modes for textures. Now I'm going to take this opacity and I'm going to bump it up a good bit here to maybe, you know, right around like 69, somewhere around in there, and I think that looks good. And there's advanced settings in here. We could adjust the brightness and so on if we needed to. Like we could take the I'm going to take maybe the brightness down just slightly, maybe right around there, and let's play with the contrast. Yeah, I might work with the contrast a little bit, and the saturation. I'm going to double click this and get it back. I think that looks good, and maybe I'll just pull the contrast back. I'm going to double click contrast and get it back, but just take the brightness back just a little bit like that. Now let's click on edit mask, because what I want to do is get a brush and remove some of that from the flower itself. All right. And so we're going to come up and make sure you're in the erase mode here. Let's take our opacity the whole way up to 100%. And I'm just going, I have a really nice soft brush here. The opacity is again 100%, the softness is at 100%. So I'm just going to start to paint on this flower and remove that texture from the flower. Yeah, because I don't want any of that texture on the main subject of the flower right here. Just like so. We'll take that off of there like that. And that's looking beautiful. I like that. Let's go ahead and click the toggle here so we can see here's the before and here's the after. So really nice effect so far. Now we're going to add another texture, but to do that we need a whole new layer because we can't add another texture overlay layer to the layer we're already on. So we have to come up here to the layers and click the little plus here and click on add new adjustment layer. Then we're going to come back to the creative tab and open up texture overlay here, load texture, and the one we want is this guy right here, this textile texture. We'll click open. And let me see what I did here. I changed the blend mode to multiply this time. So we're going to go to the multiply blend mode right here. Now that effect's way too strong, so I'm going to take the opacity and I'm going to pull it way back to, you know, right around a 6, somewhere right around in there. And I like how it's darkening everything, but I don't like what's happening to the center of the flower here. Let's come up to the layer icon right here and click it, and let's take our amount. Adjustments amount, and let's pull it back because it's too dark. So I'm going to take it back to around, oh, I don't know, right around like 60%, 62, somewhere right around in there. And then we're going to go to edit mask and we're going to get a radial mask here. And we're going to click to drag a circle, click and drag a circle like so. Just like we did on that previous texture. And this is going to act like a vignette, okay? So we're going to do that right there, like that. And I'm adjusting this amount again. So I want that looking just about right. And I think somewhere right around in there looks good. Let's click done to close out the layer mask. And let's come back to the Essentials tab here and let's go to AI Enhance. And let's see what happens if we add a little bit of AI accent to this. Man, I don't know. No, I don't like that. I'm going to leave that off. What about color? What if I take our saturation back just a little bit? I think it's a little bit too strong on the color. And maybe right around there, like around 10. I'm going to settle on 10. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, so now let's click this eyeball right here. Here's the before, and here's the after. So the before, and there's the after. Let's see what happens if we add a little extra vignette on it. Let's go to vignette, and let's just take this amount to the left a little bit. Yeah, maybe just a little bit of a vignette on there might look nice. Let's check our size out here. And go to advanced settings and check the roundness. Maybe something like that. How about the feather? Feather up a little bit. Any inner light? Now I'm going to leave the inner light off. See if I want to darken it a little bit more. Maybe just slightly, right around there. Again, let's click the eye here. Here's the before and here's the after. I think that's looking really good. I think we're done. So if you were working in Luminar 4 as a standalone app, you could just shut down Luminar 4 and everything would get saved automatically for you. You don't have to do anything. But if you're working from some other piece of software like Photoshop or Affinity Photo or whatever, you're going to have to click apply. Because what that'll do is that'll bake your adjustments into your image and send it back to the host program. So I'm just going to go ahead and click apply, and that'll send us right back into Photoshop. I'm back in Photoshop. So here's the layer that we just worked on that we sent to Luminar, the background copy. So if we click the eye, we can see the before and the after. So that's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with this result. And if I wanted to, I could take this opacity here and just pull it back a little bit if I thought I went a little bit too strong, but I'm happy with it. So I'm just going to leave it up at 100%, and there you have it. Well, there it is. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Don't forget you can download the image and the textures and work right along with me. Hey, if you enjoyed this one today, please give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and click the bell notification icon. And this way, every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll be notified about it.